The Arctic blast heading this way from the Midwest, maybe arriving Saturday into Sunday. And sitting mayor of Rome, Joe Fusco, joining us on the show today. Are you ready for the snow, Joe?
We're always ready for the snow.
Yes.
Plows are ready. We're good to go. Actually, be quite honest with you, this is probably the first year in many years that the city of Rome's plowing apparatus is really in tip-top condition.
Really?
People really have no idea how close we came to a very critical situation where we just did not have enough equipment that ran to be able to plow our streets. We were having a lot of trouble with breakdowns, and vehicles were getting old. They weren't being replaced. In years past, everybody's trying to be the hero and save tax money, but if you're not buying plow trucks, we're not going to be able to plow the roads.
Yeah.
I instituted a new system 2 years ago, and we've really upgraded tremendously. We've got some good equipment now. And some of the other stuff that we had, we've taken the time to get ahead of it and get it repaired. Our guys down the shop are also way ahead of the normal curve, and they've got wings and salters and all kinds of stuff ready to rock and roll. The guys are doing an awesome job down there.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's something we take for granted sometimes, but the crews in this area of the country, they're the best in the world, I think, at doing this kind of thing because we get a lot of practice.
It's a very difficult job. Yes. I know. I've done it myself for many, many years. It's a thankless job a lot of times, but we've got an excellent crew, and we've got a great crew in the garage that keeps everything running.
And there's always advancements too in that industry. I read about they use blueberry juice or some sort of
beet juice, a brine.
Beet juice brine.
There's brine, there's beet juice, there's all kinds of they're doing a lot of experimentation because salt just in itself is very destructive to our vehicles, to our roadways, to our infrastructure.
Right.
So they're trying to come up with a lot of different, we've got some things on the docket that we're looking at. We're looking to go to the brine system here. We've got a local company, Sears. They have a product out on the market that is very exciting. Unfortunately, it takes equipment, and you've got to be able to get into that, and we're doing that. We're taking baby steps. We're trying to get the fleet up to where it can actually move, and from that point forward, we'll get into some of the newer technology. Last year, we got into some of the newer technology that controls the application of your salt or sand or whatever you're using.
Right.
All computer generated. All we can download the information as soon as the guy pulls up in front of the shop. We can tell how much material he's putting down. How it's just all energy and money saving ways, because as I've always stated, there's only two things you can do to hold down taxes and to hold your tax base steady. That's to raise revenues and drive down costs. And if you're not doing both at the same time, you're not going anywhere.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting part. Well, let's get the roadways, still talk about that a little bit. Erie Boulevard, the project almost in completion?
Just about. They're just about finishing up the final paving. They've got some aprons and stuff to do. They're still doing a few catch basins and structures. But the guys have done an awesome job. They, from the end of West Dominic Street to the beginning of East Dominic Street.
Full stretch.
The whole stretch, that crazy intersection where we've got the tunnel.
Yeah.
People don't appreciate how difficult that is to mill that, fix it, pave it, and still keep traffic moving. I worked on that job 13 years ago, the last time they paved it, and I was just amazed at how the crews just kept traffic going, and yet we got the work done too. It's not easy.
How old is that interchange, by the way, that you guys are speaking of there with the tunnel? How old is that?
That interchange dates back to the connection of the Erie and the Black River Canal.
Wow.
That's actually why that intersection is like that. The Black River Canal went over the top of the Erie Canal.
Okay.
And that was a waterway at one time.
Any thoughts of changing that?
There's been plans they've brought things up, but quite honestly, it works.
Yeah.
It works. And really there isn't, to invest the kind of money that they're talking for traffic circles and all kinds of other stuff. And we also have a huge pump station right there at that intersection that is a major part of our wastewater treatment facility and also our stormwater control
right there.
So,
as you come in.
Yeah, we'd have to redo all that.
Yeah.
It really isn't. It really wouldn't be worth it. That intersection works. It works fine.
Yeah, and with that intersection, I know there's been some chatter about the one of the hotels there or motels there, the Quality Inn, and maybe changing that or maybe
name change for that, right?
Yeah.
Well, they did a name change. They've had some problems over there. We've been trying to work with the owners. Hotels are a great target for people in the drug industry, and you've got to be vigilant, as our people have been. We've been making, actually, if you notice, we've been making several arrests right along pretty steady here the last few weeks in combating our problems that we have with drug trafficking, drug abuse.
Fantastic. Any other public safety issues you can think of, or that you would like to continue?
We've got, I'm very proud to say we have one of the safest, nicest cities in the entire country. Rome has always had a very low crime rate, and I think that's due to our proactive activity. Our guys are out there; they're on the streets, they're mingling with people, they're talking with people, and we have a great relationship with the community, and it shows.
Rome Mayor Joe Fusco joining us on the Talk of the Town, 100.7 FM, WUTQ. Did you watch the Democratic debate at all the other night or not? Any
no,
interest?
I had far more important things to do.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
I think the entire presidential race is turning into a farce, and very disappointed. There just doesn't seem to be any national leadership on the horizon.
Yeah, you've been busy, obviously, with some other activities in Rome. You had a fundraiser there last night, correct, with Mary Kay?
Yes, we went out and supported Sandy Palin and her Mary Kay Cosmetics cancer. They have a fashion show. It was actually the 12th one, and it was wonderfully attended. Again, the people in Rome they're very generous, they're very giving, and they just turned out in force. It's not only for cancer, but it's also for the abused folks that have had, been in abusive relationships, and, they get up there and they model the clothes and they tell their story. It's very heartwarming. Last night we had a really, really special treat. Dan and Michelle Dante. Michelle is a cancer survivor. Dan has had several issues with his heart. They're wonderful people. They renewed their vows on the runway last night.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Great.
Very cool.
It is Breast Cancer
people.
Awareness Month, and Jay and I and Sam have spoken about how cancer has touched our lives. My grandfather, Jay's dad, has suffered a cancer scare, but is okay. You yourself personally?
I lost my mom when she was barely 44. Dad passed away a couple years ago from prostate cancer. Mom had ovarian. Cancer touches everybody's lives, and it's so important that we get out. Whether it's breast cancer, ovarian cancer, whatever the cause may be, it's all about our health. It's all about supporting the people that are going through these difficult times in their lives, and it's important for us to be there because, quite honestly, back in the early 70s when my mom was diagnosed, there wasn't any of the support. These groups did not exist. These fundraisers, the Relay for Life, none of that stuff existed. And really, you had a couple of close neighbors in the neighborhood that supported you. You had your family and a few friends, and that was it. You pretty much took on the battle by yourself. So it's really great to see how many people turn out for all these events.
And that's the question I've been asking as we've been bringing folks in to talk about awareness and whatnot. Is how has it grown, and how important is it for these organizations and these folks?
I've been involved with the Relay for Life now for over 15 years. Yeah. I set up the entertainment and logistics schedule, and it's just one of those events that after cancer has touched your lives, not only my family, but I've lost some very, very dear friends, and it helps. It helps you to deal with their loss and try to understand it.
Right. Halloween's coming up. We have a survey today of your favorite Halloween candy. Do you have one? Do you have a weakness for any particular candy? I know Ronald Reagan liked to have jelly beans in the White House. I admitted to a softness for Mike and Ike candies. And Jay, what was your
Sour Patch Kids?
Yeah.
I'm just a candy corn guy.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
just a candy corn guy.
Yeah.
It's simple, easy. You can take it with you.
Yeah.
Throw it in your pocket.
Throw it in your pocket.
You always find an extra one.
Yeah, right when you need it the most.
Sure. Halloween's coming up. Wasn't there, Jay? Didn't you tell me that one of the Rome residents had a fantastic Halloween display that he puts on every year?
No, that's here. That's it.
Oh, it is here. Okay.
I'm sure there are some in Rome.
They're starting to pop up. Yeah. If you take a ride around, you're starting to see some Halloween displays popping up, and we have a one of those walks this Friday. The name escapes me right now, but Peter Leonard and his group, it's based in the supernatural
like a
realm there.
Zombie kind of thing.
They take a walk around. It's they just tell some stories,
right?
Some of the history of Rome and some of the more tragic things, and it's really interesting. I haven't had an opportunity to walk on one yet. My wife went, and she enjoyed it. She says it was very interesting. So
some tales surrounding the old homes or structures.
Yeah, cool. Paranormal.
Yeah,
paranormal. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, right.
Folks are always interested.
And it's they do a great job, and they've had some wonderful turnout. So if anybody out there listening, if you're interested, this Friday, you can go on the Facebook. All the information's there. Hoping the weather is good, and we'll see you out there.
Right.
Sure. I know proposed a budget not that long ago, and in the past, 0% tax increase. How's this looking, and what do you think?
I'm very proud of the budget that we've put together because not only is it holding the taxes at a 0%, but we're doing it, and like I said earlier, we're not walking away from our responsibilities. We're not stopping buying police cars. We're not stopping buying equipment. Even more important, we're not stopping repairs of our buildings. When I took over 4 years ago, we had some major structural problems with a lot of our buildings, and they were just being, they were in the capital plan to be fixed, but they just kept getting pushed back and pushed back year after year after year. The control room at our wastewater facility, leaking for 10 years. Now it got to the point where the water was running on the control panels. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You can't do that. We have infrastructure in the city that we have to maintain, that we have to upgrade, that we have to improve. Otherwise, we're going to be in dire straits. And my administration has been working very hard at doing that. And again, we've done it by and still keeping the budget under control. Very proud of the water treatment facilities, completely upgraded now. We're working on the UV system. That's the bids are out. The construction is going to start. That's something that's been mandated for, at least 10 years. Mm-hmm. We're getting that project started. Our water tunnel is under construction, under reconstruction, I should say. These are all projects that are going to take us into the next 50, 60, 100 years. And they're very important. And, for too many years, they were just talked about. We've got them started. We've got them organized. We've got a bunch of wonderful infrastructure projects coming that's going to be bringing water to people that in our city that have never had it before. Along with that drinking water, it also comes fire protection, which is critical, especially in the outlying areas. Rome's a 76 square mile city.
Sure.
We've got a lot of people to take care of, a lot of ground to cover. And, the $8.5 million that we received from the state for infrastructure upgrades, critical. First time in Rome's history that we've had that kind of money to push out our water lines to improve our sewer systems. So I'm very, very happy with the accomplishments that we've had. Very excited.
Rome Mayor Joe Fusco joining us on the Talk of the Town this morning. There's a Common Core debate at Colgate University tonight. We're having two of those folks on the phone next hour to talk about that. Are you getting feedback from the teachers in Rome, how they feel about the Common Core system? What do you think? Is it working or not? And I know that the teachers themselves are being judged based on the results of those Common Core tests. What do you think, and what do the teachers in Rome think about that?
From the discussions I've had with the teachers and administrators, Common Core is a total flop. Mm-hmm. Very poorly misguided project. I've seen some of the math problems that they've kicked around to show and demonstrate, and I was pretty good at all kinds of math, mm-hmm. and it just amazed me that they could do this to these kids. I mean, mm-hmm. my father, God rest his soul, he used to be able to calculate gallons of jet fuel to pounds, and he used to do it in his head.
Yeah.
He came from the old school.
Right.
He could figure out a set of stair stringers in his head. Mm-hmm. We've gotten away from that. Our kids aren't capable of thinking, and now we've put this system in front of them that is just bizarre.
It really is.
I agree.
Just
I agree,
bizarre.
because we deal with it at home with Beth's kids all the time, and they ask me to help with the homework sometimes, and I'm puzzled. Frankly, I can't help them.
Quadratic equations are far easier than this Common Core math.
Right.
And as we start wrapping up, I don't want to put him on the spot, but I'm going to do it. I seen the mayor out walking into the office, the studio this morning, and we're reminiscing a little bit and started singing as he's seen our Bug Country truck out there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I saw Johnny Cash on the front fender, and Folsom Prison Blues just started coming.
And you sing. You have often, you've belted out a few tunes here for us. Can you do something for us? Would you be willing to do that?
Boy, he really does want to put me on the spot.
Well, I think you did the Erie Canal for us at one point.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Feel free if you
Folsom.
want.
Right.
Well, I hear that train a-coming, it's rolling round a bend, and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know. Well, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on.
Perfect. I love it.
All right.
When I hear that whistle rolling, on down to San Antonio.
All right.
Thanks.
Only for you.
You got it.
All right. We'll see you for the debate, the Rome mayoral debate.
Yes, I
coming
can't
up
wait.
Next Tuesday, right here on the Talk of the Town, 100.7 FM WUTQ. Thanks for coming in, Joe. Appreciate
All
it.
right, man.
And he
Be good.
sings.
He's good.